Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Biochemistry by Dr. Tejas Shah. Today we'll see about the nitric oxide, a very important short-lived signal molecule in our body. So let us first see some important key points regarding this. Originally nitric oxide is described as endothelial derived relaxing factor, that is EDRF. It is a gas. It is uncharged molecule with an unpaired electron. So as it contains unpaired electron, it also immediately combine or receives another electron to stabilize, and that's why it is highly reactive free radical and abbreviated as nitric oxide with superscript dot. Here you can see it is superscript dot, so it is abbreviated like this. It has a very short half life, that is 3 to 4 seconds. That is because of it is free radical nature, so immediately it will combine with the superoxide and it is converted to another reactive nitrogen oxygen species. So that's why it has a very short half life. It is a lipid soluble as well as it is a gas, so easily crosses the biological membranes. It is synthesized by the nitric oxide synthase enzyme. It is membrane permeant paracrine messenger. So as it is a paracrine messenger, why it is a paracrine messenger? Because the cell which synthesizes the nitric oxide must be lies in the some same vicinity or nearby to the cells called the target cells in which nitric oxide is act upon. So that's why it is a membrane permeant paracrine messenger. So why membrane permeant? Because it is lipid soluble and it is a gas. So it acts through a second messenger called cyclic GMP guanophosphate. So let us first see its synthesis. So it is synthesized from the basic amino acid, that is arginine, with the help of enzyme nitric oxide synthase. It is a cytosolic enzyme and monooxygenase. Here you can see molecular oxygen is take part into the reaction. So one oxygen is helped in the formation of the synthesis of nitric oxide and another is incorporated to form citrulline. So arginine is converted to nitric oxide and citrulline by the enzyme nitric oxide synthase. Now important thing about the nitric oxide synthase, it requires the 5 cofactor, that is NADPH, FAD, FMN, heme protein and tetrahydrobiopterin. Okay, the role of tetrahydrobiopterin is not well understood, but it is said that it helps in the formation of the intermediate of this reaction, that is hydroxyarginine. So the important thing again, the nitric oxide synthase, the activity of this enzyme is stimulated by the calcium calmodulin complex or by the calcium itself. So the cells which or any factor which increase the calcium level will ultimately increase the nitric oxide production. So this is how the nitric oxide is synthesized, and this is the reaction from arginine to citrulline formation, and in between there is formation of nitric oxide. Now we see the various forms of the nitric oxide synthase. So it has two important forms. One is the constitutive form, that is constantly synthesized in our body, and another is the inducible form, that is variably synthesized or when it is required it is synthesized. So first in the constitutive form we have the calcium dependent form in the brain, the first identified. So as it is identified in the brain, so it is called neuronal nitric oxide synthase, symbolized as small n capital NOS, that is NNOS, and the gene for this is located on the chromosome number 12. So main function of nitric oxide synthesized by this enzyme is as a neurotransmitter. Okay, so deficiency of this enzyme will lead to the pyloric stenosis and aggressive sexual behavior. Another important constitutive form that is identified is the calcium dependent form in the endothelial cells. So it is symbolized as ENOS, and the gene for this is located on chromosome number 7. Its main function is the vasodilatation. and a deficiency leads to elevated mean blood pressure because its main function is to maintain the blood pressure. So a deficiency definitely affect the blood pressure in our body. Now under the inducible form, it is calcium independent. Here you must note it down. It is calcium independent form, that is in the macrophages. So as it is inducible, it is symbolized as INOS, and the gene for this is located on the chromosome number 17. Deficiency leads to infection, as the role of macrophage is to prevent the infection. So these are the very important forms of the nitric oxide synthase. Now let us see the mechanism of action by which the nitric oxide acts. So nitric oxide synthase enzyme is stimulated by the acetylcholine. So acetylcholine binds with the receptor on the cell membrane. This binding of acetylcholine to the receptors further increase the calcium level through the inositol triphosphate and diacylglycerol pathway, that is IP3-DAG pathway. This increased calcium is stimulate the nitric oxide synthase, which leads to form nitric oxide from arginine and also form the citrulline in the endothelial cells. This nitric oxide being gaseous and lipophilic, it diffuses into the smooth muscle where it stimulates the cytosolic guanylyl cyclase enzyme. Okay, so that guanylyl cyclase convert GTP into the cyclic GMP, that is the second messenger. So cyclic GMP further stimulate the cyclic GMP protein kinases. That enzyme causes the dephosphorylation of the myosin light chain kinase. This enzyme is important for the phosphorylation of the myosin, so that myosin combined with the actin to form or lead to the muscle contraction. But here there is dephosphorylation of this enzyme, so it is myosin phosphorylation is interrupted, so it cannot bind with the actin, so that will lead to the muscle relaxation. Okay, so this is how the nitric oxide is acted. Okay, so that is the mechanism of action of nitric oxide, that is through second messenger cyclic GMP. Now you see, based on the mechanism of action, there are various important physiological actions. So first, it is there on the blood vessels. So the action is the vasodilator, and like this it maintains the blood pressure. So its deficiency definitely lead to the hypertension. On the central nervous system, its role is mainly acts as a neurotransmitter, and also acts as a neurotransmitter and help in the release of the various hormone, that is growth hormone releasing hormone, corticotropin releasing hormone, luteinizing hormone releasing hormone. It also acts as a retrograde messenger. This is another an important aspect here. So what do you mean by the retrograde messenger? So if you see here in this diagram, so type A cell will release the neurotransmitter, means neurotransmitter, which acted on this type C cells to synthesize the nitric oxide, and nitric oxide is diffuses and acted on the A cell to regulate the release of the neurotransmitter further. And this nitric oxide also act on the another type B cells to regulate the another neurotransmitter release and further modulate the action of the type D cells. Okay, so like that it is called a retrograde messenger. Another important physiological action on the macrophage is mainly involved in the cytotoxic actions on the parasites and the tumor cells. Then on the platelets, it inhibits the activation, adhesion and aggregation and prevents the thrombosis. On the reproductive system, it helps in the erections in the males, so it's stimulating the smooth muscle relaxation and thereby increasing the blood flow to the corpus cavernosum and helps in the penile erection. Next, on the intestinal system, it reduces the gastrointestinal motility and relaxes the sphincters. So its deficiency lead to the pyloric stenosis. So on this side, the central nervous system, reproductive system, and intestinal system, all this because of the neuronal nitric oxide synthase activity. On the blood vessels, there is the endothelial nitric oxide synthase activity. Then on the macrophage and the platelet, there is inducible form of nitric oxide synthase activity. So these are very important physiological actions which are also helpful to understand the role of nitric oxide in the disease and the treatment. So next we'll see the role in the disease and the treatment. First is the angina pectoris, that is the chest pain, ischemia. Here the nitroprusside also helpful in the treatment, which direct releases the nitric oxide. Another important drug is the nitroglycerin or glyceryl trinitrate. So in the body it is converted to nitrate, nitrite, and further nitric oxide. So you have already seen the important role of the nitric oxide, how it causes the relaxation. So again we'll see in this diagram also. You can see the nitrodilators in the body releases the nitric oxide, which through the cyclic GMP inhibit the myosin light chain kinase. So that will further inhibit the interaction of myosin and actin and inhibit the contraction and leads to the smooth muscle relaxation. So by this relaxation, the vessels are able to flow the blood to the ischemic portion of the heart, and that will relieve the chest pain. Second important, hypertension. So inhalation of the nitric oxide will help in the vasodilatation without affecting the mean arterial blood pressure. Third important thing here is the erectile dysfunction, that is impotence. The one drug it is identified, that is sildenafil Viagra, the trade name. So the action of the sildenafil is, here you can see the guanosine triphosphate is converted to cyclic GMP by the enzyme guanylate cyclase, and this enzyme is stimulated by the nitric oxide. So increased cyclic GMP will lead to the muscle relaxation. This cyclic GMP further metabolized by the phosphodiesterase 5 enzyme to form guanosine monophosphate. So sildenafil inhibit this enzyme phosphodiesterase 5 and thereby ultimately maintain the high level of the cyclic GMP. So that will helpful in the muscle relaxation, and it will maintain the penile erection. So it helpful in the erectile dysfunction. Fourth important aspect in the septic shock, that is the sepsis. So what happens in this? So during sepsis there is infection, so there is increased macrophage functions. Ultimately macrophage releases the nitric oxide, so its level is also increased. That will lead to the massive systemic vasodilatation, so that will ultimately decrease the blood pressure, and also called it is hypotension, and this will lead to the shock. Okay, so in this also, in the septic shock, the nitric oxide role is very important, because in the sepsis nitric oxide will lead to the shock itself, and if the intervention or the treatment is given by the inhibition of the nitric oxide synthase formation, then also it will affect the cardiac output also. So its role is very important. Nitric oxide toxicity, as we have mentioned, it is acts as a free radical. So nitric oxide synthase, then there is formation of the nitric oxide. Here you can see now its role is as a free radical, so it will immediately combine with the superoxide to form peroxynitrite. It is the strong oxidizing agent, and its main role is in the lipid peroxidation. So upon the physiological pH, it will convert it to the peroxynitrous acid, and it will lead to further formation of the reactive nitrogen oxygen species, that is nitronium ion and nitrogen dioxide, that is the very toxic free radical. And its source are also the smoke, secret smoke, and the organic smoke. These are the sources for the nitrogen dioxide directly. So these blue highlighted are the reactive nitrogen oxygen species formed from the nitric oxide, and the nitric will give rise to the toxicity by two ways. First is the direct toxic effect by combining with the ion containing compounds. So ion containing compounds are the iron sulfur centers, that is from electron transport chain complexes 1 to 3, and aconitase, that is the TCA cycle enzyme. And another iron containing compounds are the iron heme proteins, that is there in the hemoglobin and in the electron transport chain cytochromes. So these are the various sites on which nitric oxide will exert its direct toxic effect. And another mode is, that is indirect toxic effect by producing the reactive nitrogen oxygen species, that is RNOS. Here you can see in this flow chart there are blue highlighted are the reactive nitrogen oxygen species. So these are my references for the presentations. Thank you everyone. Share and subscribe to my channel. Click the bell button to get all the notifications. Thank you all.